a very beautiful lady who's the manager of Snowman Multimedia, and she gave me a directive.
Being
Quit the sin. No, her exact phrase was, and I think we better follow along, quit your f***ing cussing.
Right?
Yes, ma'am. Let's go.
I can't do it. We'll do it live. Do it live! I'll write it and we'll do it live!
Mister, will you please wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up?
Good morning. Snowman here to all you Brock Purdy and San Francisco 49er haters. Shut up! I gotta thank you, Shane.
I mean, whatever happened to the games where breaking 100 points was, I don't know, unusual?
There was one word to sum up the All-Star weekend.
Trays. Cause we take this job so serious.
Splash Brothers, yes. Ray Allen, replace him with Steve Kerr. Reggie Miller, yeah.
What in the all types of blue hell?
Oh yeah!
Let's get it, baby!
Boy, we got a story to tell you to start things off.
Yeah, we do.
Good morning. Welcome, and Jen, this is for you, to the Manic Monday edition of Snowman in the Morning. Glad to have y'all with us. We are presented this first hour by Invader Coffee, fuel for the fearless. Snowman is here, so is the dog. Vicala's on the way, and we have a funny story to tell you about how our day started. See, we have this mutual friend, Genevieve Yoso,
who's currently streaming in the middle of a 60-hour stream, which, by the way, if you guys want to poke your heads in, tell her the Dawn and the Snowman sent you. Twitch.tv/Genevieve_Yoso.
Not 6 hours, folks.
6T. That's a big old 6-0.
Well, discussion happened at the latter end of last week and on into the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And I opened my big mouth and I said, maybe I should team up with Don and do one of these openings.
Yeah.
And a light bulb went off in Jen's head.
Not just a light bulb, a full-blown, well, I told y'all to ham it up. You got carte blanche. Go with it.
Yeah. I was late coming in here this morning.
Yep.
Because apparently Jen wanted to start early, which means the dog father got going, which means I got up, got my animals situated, and then I got going.
Mm-hmm.
So we laid out a skeleton plan.
Yep.
That I was going to start things, and then Dog was going to come in, wrap it up, and introduce Jen.
That went about as well as a wet fart in church because once Jen hit the switch for us to go live, the first thing I hear is snoring. The next thing I hear when I'm like, okay, so who the hell's in my booth? The commissioner shows up. And it was in trouble from there. And what was supposed to be a 2 to 3 minute opening, like what I normally do for Gen streams, turns into an absolute chaotic 15-minute skit that brought the entire house down.
It brought in Foghorn Leghorn. It brought in Bugs Bunny. It brought in the father.
Yep. I still cannot believe I pulled the whole in the name of the Tom Brady, the David Ortiz, and the Manny Ramirez. Amen. For blessing the stream.
And mind you, the entire time, as we were told by others who were on the stream with us when we started, they had to mute their microphones to stifle their laughter.
Yeah. And then once I finally bring Jen in, I lean back so no one can hear me fall out of my chair.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
By the way, I'm hearing them in stream right now. Jen is saying that it was absolutely hilarious. And Jen, I know you're able to hear this. If you thought that was good, wait till round two.
You ain't heard nothing yet.
Wait till round two.
You ain't heard. I'm gonna get a bonk stick, okay?
Oh no.
Jen's gonna smack me with a bonk stick, one for the commissioner, one for Bugs Bunny, one for Foghorn Leghorn, and one just for me being crazy.
Well, again, this is what happens when we get carte blanche. We end up turning the wick up.
Oh, and as if that weren't enough to start our day, we're sitting here in studio going over the college football schedule.
By the way, I'm still hearing everybody laughing.
Yep. There's Phoenix.
Yep.
There's Phoenix. Bonk times 100. Come
and
on.
By the
Phoenix,
way, you guys need to check Phoenix out on his Twitch as well. Please do.
Let's show.
Send
Phoenix
him the love from us as well.
Yep. Send him the love from us and to everybody that was in that wild opening.
Yes.
This morning. It was wilder than a Michael Jordan shot over Craig Elo. All right. And Jen is falling out. Remember when Jen right now in my ear. Jen's falling out of her chair laughing.
Just remember, when it comes to Cleveland, everything always happens
to Craig Elo. Thank you, Jim Durham, for that statement. So while we're doing the intro, the dog had made a joke. I forget what it was. And then I subtly said, that's not what she said.
I had to deadpan that. Not this. I couldn't sell that. If I did, I would have been gone the rest of the open. I would have folded up and I would have been like, Jen, just freaking take this.
And as soon as I said it, folks, I had to pull back from my microphone and I went, I can't believe I just spat that out. And I had to walk away.
Yeah.
I had to walk away laughing. And when he finally does introduce Jen, and thank you, Jen, for letting us do this. When he finally does introduce Jen, I think everybody in the room had tears in their eyes from laughter.
Yeah, we got everybody on that one. I mean, literally, I don't know how else to put it.
And Phoenix and I had to mute my mic the entire time. Listen, Phoenix, you weren't the only one.
Yeah.
Okay? You weren't the only one. Then later on, and I want to be sure Jen hears this one. Later on, we're here in studio getting ready, and Dog and I are talking about the college football schedule. I leaned back and I said, honey, I think I'm going to add a team to cover this year. She says, who's that? I says, the Indiana Hoosiers. And she says, yeah, they were pretty good. And I said, well, yeah, they had a good season last year until they ran into Ohio State. And then Jody delivered the line of the day
Yep.
and said, well, everybody runs into Ohio State.
Yep.
And you wonder why I love this beautiful woman so much.
Right.
RGB Phoenix, and thank you, Phoenix, for joining.
Yeah, they're
best
both
opening
they're
ever.
both streaming some Liars Bar right now, and
Yeah, they are.
they've got us tabbed up as well. So, but man,
Best opening ever. Hey, Phoenix, you ain't heard nothing yet.
we set the bar. Now we're going to raise the bar.
Forget raising the bar. We're gonna blow that some bitch sideways.
Full blown TNT incoming.
Yep. All right.
And business.
Down to business indeed. Now I'm gonna need the tank.
Oh,
I'm gonna need the tank. I hate to begin it this way.
Wow. This just proves we have been laughing since like 7:30 this morning.
Yes. Now, she's right. I don't hate to begin it this way.
Let me guess.
Thibodeau, you a bitch.
And I'll give you the camera so you can explain why. Done.
3 shots you've had, Tom Thibodeau, to bring a team to NBA prominence. The Chicago Bulls, Minnesota Timberwolves, and now the New York Knicks. And you messed it all up. And yes, I'm trying to refrain from swearing. You messed it all up. Why? Because there's a simple habit that you have not changed, and that's wearing your players down.
Yep.
We saw it every single trip. We saw it in this series against the Indiana Pacers. And thank you, Pacers.
Yep.
That's what I said. Thank you, Pacers. And I don't mind saying it. Matter of fact, gentlemen, here's a question to everybody. Who did I say was my wild card at the top of the playoffs?
It was Indiana.
And who's in the World Championship Series?
Indiana.
Indiana plays as a team, Tom Thibodeau. Haven't you gotten that lesson yet? You had one of the best point guards in the game in Derrick Rose, and you ruined him.
Yeah, that's true.
You ruined him by running him into the dirt. That's one of the reasons why he left. I have a myriad of other reasons, but I'll talk about that at a later date. You messed up, Tom Thibodeau, and that comb over ain't doing you any service. You messed up. You lost to a superior team that played team basketball, and except for one game where they did not play at their best, you got walloped.
Yeah, they did.
Rick Carlisle had counter move after counter move after counter move after counter move. And by the way, Rick Carlisle, I remember your days when you wore number 34 with the Boston Celtics. Yes, that Rick Carlisle, who had hair at the time. That's about the only joke I can make for Rick Carlisle. But hey, I know that.
Yeah.
Anyway, Tom Thibodeau, when you learn to use your bench, you'll be a championship coach. Until then, you'll just be a good one. And I don't even think I can call you a good one right now.
No.
3 shots you've had to bring a world championship to teams, and 3 shots you messed it up by doing the same thing, not using your bench. Period.
Mm-hmm.
So, until you decide to improve your coaching style, Tom Thibodeau, which is asking the same kind of miracle from you know who, and I'll explain you know who in a little bit. You get this from me. Matter of fact, you not only get that, where'd it go? You not only get that from me, you get this from me.
This has been yet another beating a dead horse presentation.
In other words, and no, I'm not going to hate saying it this way because it's the truth and it's been proven. Tom Thibodeau, you suck.
Right.
You win one world championship as an assistant coach with the Boston Celtics, 2008.
Mm-hmm.
You were an assistant coach with the New York Knicks under Jeff Van Gundy. And you haven't learned a doggone thing about having an extended, available, usable bench. The only time you learned that somewhat was in Chicago, and you were too afraid to use it in Chicago. Now, there were reasons behind that I'll get into at a later date, but you got to rise above all that, man. And until you do, you get this.
This has been yet another beating a dead horse presentation.
Now scram.
Hey, I had that.
Why do you keep pushing buttons on me? Coming up after the break, we were looking at the college football schedule.
Oh, God.
Boy, we found some juicy matchups in week 1 alone.
We finally got something good we didn't get trolled for.
For once.
Took long enough.
Back in the deuce.
This is Snowman in the morning.
Are you ready to upgrade your coffee game? Prepare for an invasion of flavor with Invader Coffee. It's the caffeinated elixir that fuels champions, the blend that pushes boundaries. Whether you're battling deadlines or exploring uncharted territories, Invader Coffee has your back. Join the invasion at invadercoffee.com and taste the difference for yourself. Use the code Snowman for 15% off your first order. Invader Coffee, veteran owned.
Join the transporter to Hades.
Your butt and gut becomes one.
Join the reformer of hooker whores.
This is my daughter, Placenta Booty Johnson.
Join the bronze god.
Whenever you are in distress, take off your baseball cap and throw it in the air.
Join your very own superhero of broadcasting, Chris Bass.
So whatever color crayon they get, they palm it and do 2 circles, and that translates to, I can beat up black people.
As she takes you through the week's paces in Baseline. Live every Saturday at 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central, Pacific Time Zone people, just stay asleep when this is on live and just catch the recording. Oh, I'm sorry. Exclusively on the Chris Bass YouTube channel.
Dad?
Just 1 minute, okay?
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Do clouds take naps?
I couldn't tell you.
Can birds draw pictures?
I don't have an answer for that.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
The spirit of battle is a powerful force. It's a force that drives us, pushes us beyond our limits. It's a fire in our hearts that fuels our determination, our commitment, our strive for greatness. Every challenge faced, every obstacle overcome, it sharpens our skills and fortifies our resolve. This relentless pursuit of excellence makes the journey so exhilarating. And the victory, it makes the victory sweet.
Hey everybody, Snowman here. Looking for the best way to experience live events? Well, SeatGeek has you covered. With just a few taps on your phone, you can find the best seats for concerts, sports, theater, and more. Don't miss out on unforgettable moments. Download the SeatGeek app today and get ready for an experience like no other. Each ticket is vetted for authenticity and ranked on a 1 to 10 scale. And right now, if you sign up and use the code Snowman, you will get $20 off of your first purchase. That's only through the power of SeatGeek, where fans can fan.
Mister, how do you operate this Twitter thing or this Instagram thing or whatever the heck? You're supposed to know all this stuff. Anyway, welcome back to the show.
Oh,
The Price is Right.
Oh God! Come on down. Oh,
I don't know why I've always wanted to say that on air, but I have. Speaking of on air, tomorrow we got this for you. The Indiana Fever hosts the Washington Mystics from Gainbridge Fieldhouse in Indianapolis, Indiana. Tip starts at 7. We'll be up at 6 with full court fever, counting you all the way down to tip off, and then we'll have the play-by-play action for you. Thank you to everybody that has written shotgun with us this year, which means there's going to be a change in broadcast tonight. The Monday Night Baseball game originally scheduled has been temporarily pulled. And I said temporarily because I have a lot of administrative stuff to do. But if I'm able to get it done in time, and I'm going to push for it, then we will be back up with Monday Night Baseball beginning at 7 o'clock tonight. We'll keep you posted. Now then, and let me get this, while I'm doing some house cleaning, let me get this out of the way. Join the Snowman's Pampered Chef Party and upgrade your kitchen game from premium cookware to time-saving gadgets. Pampered Chef is what you need to slice, dice, whip, dip, chip, chop, and fricassee like a pro. Support the show and shop with us because every great play starts with a solid game plan in the kitchen. Click the link in the description to get the cooking and from the playbook to the pantry. And of course, I slipped on a couple of words, so I just took it to another accent. It's
that was some mock Italiana.
I got to have the Italiana. And remember, Snowman's Pampered Chef Party. We have that going to benefit research for pancreatic cancer, a disease that I survived. We want to help others survive it too.
Now, speaking of house cleaning, what's this I heard that I'm probably going to hear about this from other people that you want to say hello to while we're here?
Oh, Napoleon Dynamite.
Yeah.
One of my favorite games so far.
Yeah.
And while we were on a break, I chopped a message into Jen's stream and said more shout outs coming. And Jen said something very, very hilarious, but I can't repeat it.
Yeah, there's yeah. All I gotta say is if you guys want to hear Jen's reaction to this, because I guarantee you she's gonna be kicking around for the majority of this. Again, twitch.tv/Genevieve_Yoso. Check out her reactions of what the hell we're doing because it will be chaotic.
Napoleon Dynamite said, quote, "Ooh, I'm a giant floating head." I had to walk away.
Yeah.
I had to walk away.
I just heard that I'm a dead duck when I get back into Jen's stream.
Oh, I heard. And I'm going to be one too because I'm a giant floating head. I had about 800 jokes in my head, and can't do any of them yet. But Jen's going to be floating around for most of the day. Twitch.tv/Genevieve_Yoso YOSO. All right. We were looking through the college football schedules. We were looking through the NFL schedules.
Yep.
And it prompted a question while we continue our deep dive.
Yes.
Why are some of the NFL games in week 1 such dog games compared to what we found in college football?
Because NFL doesn't know how to schedule. It's like they decided to jump on Madden and hit randomize.
Oh, no. You mean Brick jumped on this and randomized it again?
Yeah, I think so, yes. I'm telling you, there are so many better games in college for week 1.
Listen, you want to know how much of a dog schedule week 1 is in the NFL? Cowboys, Eagles.
To open it.
To open the damn thing.
What type of
that slipped.
What type of bull, dude?
I have no idea. Napoleon Jonamite, there's a reason I said that. Jen mentioned she's scared of the monsters in a game called Repo, and one of them is a literal giant floating. I just saw Napoleon, I just saw the tail end of that comment, and I started laughing.
Yeah.
But you got Cowboys, Eagles, week 1.
And that's the open.
I'm sorry. What?
Again, who jumped on Madden and hit randomize?
Meanwhile, in college football, you got some beauties in week 1.
And I've already got 6 of them listed for our predictions.
Let's tell them the 6 we got listed for predictions, and I'll tell you the ones that I'm going to put the headset on and broadcast. Let's go. Let's do it.
All right. So far, the 6 I've got for Thursday night to kick it off: Nebraska, Cincinnati from Arrowhead. That's a Thursday night game
and
to
I
open
have
the
a
party.
big time affinity for Arrowhead Stadium.
Yeah.
I have a big time affinity for Arrowhead Stadium.
Friday, Auburn, Baylor.
If I don't have a WNBA game to do that week, if I don't have an Indiana Fever game to do that night, I'm putting the headset on.
Well,
in fact, that's probably why I'm going to pull back from doing Monday Night Baseball so I can figure their schedule now that we have times and locations out.
Exactly. The other Friday night game that we've got on the list: Georgia Tech, Colorado.
I have 3 words for you, and I know this is way early. I smell upset.
That would not surprise me because Tech is actually favored by 3.5.
I smell upset.
Now,
and not a lot of people are going to be on the Colorado bandwagon this year now that Travis Hunter's gone and now Shedeur Sanders is gone.
Yeah. Saturday.
Yes, Pumpkin.
Saturday, Fox opens up its schedule with Texas traveling to the Shoe in Ohio State.
Doing it. You may as well put broadcast right by that.
I've already got that noted. Now, mind you, I've got to find a few more games to make this an even 10-pack. But
hang a star on that. Every game that Dog puts a star behind, we're behind the mic for it. Definitely Texas, Ohio State.
Now, Sunday, a rivalry gets renewed. Ladies and gentlemen, the return of Catholics versus convicts. Notre Dame travels to Miami.
And that's at Joe Robbie Stadium. Put a star by it.
And then to wrap up the week, Monday night. This is a few days before the NFL schedule kicks off.
Bill Belichick regular season debut.
TCU travels to North Carolina to see Coach B. And those are even odds on that game currently.
Frogs and Heels from Kenan Stadium. You can't make this up. There was a couple of others that I saw that I may put an eye on, and I believe this first one I'm looking at is Saturday. The Battle of Death Valley.
Yes, LSU.
Clemson.
Yes. A 7:30 game in Clemson.
I've been to Death Valley. I'm surprised I still have ears.
That place
I'm
gets
surprised I still have
rowdy.
ears. The contractor is with us. Salute to you, my friend. Contractor, where are you tuning in from? What city are you tuning in from? Because everybody that tunes in, we want to shout them out properly.
Now,
LSU and Clemson.
Yep.
At
Clemson.
Then some of the dog games we found.
Oh,
the
these
usual
are just monkey butt ugly. Okay, come on here.
Here's two of them. Missouri State travels to California to face USC.
That's dog, dude. That's dog.
Then New Mexico
to Michigan.
And
that's the NBC game.
That's the NBC debut. And you want a bigger dog? You want a bigger dog than that? How about this one? And we're just in week 1.
Yeah.
Georgia State and Ole Miss from Vaught Hemingway in Oxford.
Yeah.
And the contractors in the DC contractors in the DC area. Hail to the Redskins.
Here's another one, and this is a 3:30 game on ESPN. So I don't know why they're carrying this one.
Okay.
But in the backyard of the house, Marshall and Georgia.
Damn.
Who came up with that bull?
So Thundering Herd and Dogs.
Yes. On ESPN.
I know Larry Munson nor Scott Howard, the late great Larry Munson, would not take this game off. But I guarantee you, being in this game 30 years, I know there are some games that Larry Munson would look and go, do I actually have to do this one? But he was the longtime voice of the Bulldogs, and I feel the same about Scott Howard.
Right.
Scott Howard's the voice of the Dogs. You don't take a game off.
No, you don't.
Marshall and Georgia. I might look at that one just because.
You really think Marshall may actually pull something against GA?
No, I'm looking for Georgia to hang 60 on them.
Ew.
Here's one I may look at, which may make my wife interested. Old Dominion and Indiana. Now, that's a dog game considering Indiana's favored by 23.5. But there's a proud Hoosier behind me.
Yep.
So we may do a little sports machine duty that day.
Yeah.
But that's the Marshall without the players who entered the transfer portal after Charles Huff left for Southern Mississippi.
Mm-hmm.
No wonder it's 23.5.
Right.
No, check that. Georgia's the big. No, I got one even better.
Okay.
No, check that. I read it wrong.
Now,
Georgia is favored by almost 39.
Yes. That's dog walking.
39. No wonder the game's at 3:30.
Yeah. Now, no, bear in mind, a lot of these lines are wicked early, and a lot of these games still have to actually have their lines come out.
Yeah.
But if this is the early line and we are 2+ months away,
oh
Lord only knows how bad they're going to be when we get closer to the week.
They're going to grow.
Oh, some of these are going to be expanding.
Some of these are going to be stupid large.
Yeah. Nice.
I just found that one this morning.
Now, but that just brought up something because I was also kind of keeping an eye on the video game side, and NCAA College Ball 26 releases next month, and they put so many more team-specific things in the game this year. And one of them that I'm actually looking forward to if you end up playing down in Virginia Tech, you're not hearing things.
You'll hear
the Sandman is coming for you.
You'll hear Enter Sandman.
You will hear Enter Sandman. One of the all-time greatest openings for any team. Yes, a lot of people are going to be biased towards the fight songs.
Or any person, Mariano Rivera.
Yep. To hear an entire stadium belting that song out tells you you're in deep, you know what?
You're in deep bleep.
Yes.
There, how's that?
So, again, one of the best traditions in college football.
Now, looking at the NFL side, now we have all these entertaining games listed in week 1 on the college side.
Yep.
One of the most entertaining games on the NFL side in week 1 is going to be Chiefs and Chargers.
Yeah.
And folks, that's on YouTube. Uh-oh.
Ooh, that's going to be interesting.
Now listen to some of these week 1 matchups in the NFL. We're looking strictly at the NFL right now.
Yep.
Browns, Bengals.
Who came up with that dog mess?
Who made this up? I'm going to reserve judgment on the Buccaneers and the Falcons. I'm going to reserve judgment on that. But
again, we also have to go back to Dallas, Philly.
Philadelphia.
Sorry, Victor.
I'm not watching that.
Neither am I. We know how this is going to go.
Let me get an extra opinion on this. Honey, the first Thursday night game is Cowboys-Eagles.
Well, good thing I have to work and we'll be sleeping.
And that's a drop. Vic, I wouldn't call the Raiders Patriots a rivalry, just so you know.
Good thing I have to work and I'll be sleeping.
Right? Ryan McCarthy just basically said that Dr. K
with another elbow off the top rope.
Dr. K just pulled this.
As God is my witness, I love that woman. Every time she zings all of us. Not just me. She zings. When she knows I'm on the air, she zings all of us.
Yep.
Okay?
Yep.
You want a dog game in week 1 in the NFL? Forgive me, Ryan. Steelers, Jets.
1 o'clock
in New Jersey.
1 o'clock on CBS.
Thank God it's 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
But I'm already on duty at 1 o'clock. I've got the Dolphins and the Colts.
Yeah. And here's the interesting thing. And of course, once again, these lines are going to change as we go through the preseason.
Yeah. The
early line has this game at even odds.
Keep it that way. What's the early line on the one I have at 4:05, Niners and Seahawks?
Early line, San Fran by 2.
That'll grow.
That'll grow.
How about Lions and Packers? What's the early line on that one? Because that's going to be a good one.
Green Bay by 1.
That'll switch. That will switch.
The biggest line so far that I'm looking at, and there's 2 of them, is Tennessee-Denver with Denver by 7, and Dallas-Philly with Philly by 7.
Only 7?
Only 7.
They're only allowing the Eagles to lay 7 points?
Yes.
7 points at home, ring night. They raise the banner. They turn the house lights off.
And they're only they're only laying 7.
And they're only laying 7 points.
Yes.
If Will Howard's Ryan says the early line is even because we don't know who will be at quarterback for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Very true point. Though I think it'll be Will Howard. If the Steelers were smart, and again, we're talking about the Steelers, they'd give Will Howard the keys right now.
Yeah, well, you know the fact that they're
They
waiting.
slam the door, and they will slam the door in Aaron Rodgers' face. And as my honey says best, he needs to go the bleep away and stay away.
Yeah, but the unfortunate thing is right now in regards to this whole Aaron Rodgers thing, Pittsburgh's quite frankly.
You're screwed. Yeah, you're totally screwed.
Why'd you beat me to that? Because I was looking dead at it.
Payback.
Oh, so that's how you want to play it, eh?
Yeah.
Well, just like your Patriots are going to take a big fat... Nah. You
Okay, first off, you're saying the Raiders are going to beat New England?
Oh, hell no. I'm not saying that aloud. Are you kidding?
I was about to say.
Are you kidding? And then expect you to respond with this?
Why the you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my gosh. Stop lying.
Or this? You fool! Or this?
Stop the cap.
Or this?
Hell no. To the no, no, no. Hell to the no. Hell to the no. To the no, no, no.
No, no. I hate to tell you, but
Are
quite
you in the
frankly,
office this week? I think Vic's in the office. this
yeah, I
week.
think he is. But no, quite frankly, it would have been more like this.
Shut up, bitch.
And by the way, Vic, if we really wanted to actually kick you about things, bud, we would have done this.
This happened.
This has been yet another beating a dead horse presentation.
Then if we hit him with that, which we just did, one day he just might pop in here late and go, okay, give me the random musings of and to the creator of that bite, Cole Johnson, you are bleeping evil, and we love you for that.
Yeah. And then when it's all said and done, I'm like, huh, you really want us to kick you? Okay.
Ain't nobody.
Man, get that off my screen. But I hate to say this, to open the NFL season with the Cowboys and the world champion Eagles,
Ew.
a team that will never see another Super Bowl again, against a team that will always be competing for a Super Bowl. I hate to do it, but
I mean, that's about as much anarchy as Jen has playing Marvel Rivals.
no, that's not just anarchy. That's Jen has total anarchy. There's a difference.
True.
There's a difference. Jen has total anarchy. You know why she has total anarchy? Because this timer is running saying 55 hours, not 55 minutes, 55 hours. And she hasn't even warmed up yet, even with the warm up that we gave her to start the thing.
Exactly. And apparently,
And I know
Stephon
Jen's
Diggs
going to give me about 1,000 more bonk sticks upside the head if Jody doesn't beat her to it.
Yeah.
All right, let's take a break. When we come back, Cole sent me a present.
Oh no.
And I'm gonna go off.
Wait a minute, Cole sent you something?
Uh-huh.
Oh.
I'm getting too old for this.
And I'll give you a clue. It involves something I didn't have the nerve to do last week.
We're back in a deuce.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
The spirit of battle is a powerful force. It's a force that drives us, pushes us beyond our limits. It's a fire in our hearts that fuels our determination, our commitment, our strive for greatness. Every challenge faced, every obstacle overcome. It sharpens our skills and fortifies our resolve. This relentless pursuit of excellence makes the journey so exhilarating. And the victory, it makes the victory sweet.
Join the transporter to Hades.
Your butt and gut becomes one.
Join the reformer of hooker whores.
This is my daughter, Placenta Booty Johnson.
Join the bronze god.
Whenever you are in distress, take off your baseball cap and throw it in the air.
Join your very own superhero of broadcasting, Chris Bass.
So whatever color crayon they get, they palm it and do 2 circles, and that translates to I can beat up black people.
As she takes you through the week's paces in Baseline. Live every Saturday at 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central, Pacific Time Zone people, just stay asleep when this is on live and just catch the recording. Exclusively on the Chris Bass YouTube channel.
Here's an important message from the Diabetes Solution Center. Do you like pricking your fingers to test your blood sugar levels? No one does, but it's important to maintain your health. And now, by wearing a small remote device called a continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, you don't need to prick your fingers anymore. It's easy to use and helps you make more accurate diabetes treatment decisions. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now. And if you have Medicare or most major insurance coverage, you may be able to get a new CGM at little to no out-of-pocket cost. Shipping is free, and we'll even bill your insurance company for you. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now to learn how to end the painful finger sticks and get your own continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, at little to no out-of-pocket cost.
Weather, driving can become downright dangerous.
What's your emergency, please?
Trust Battle Vision Storm, the revolutionary glare reduction glasses that turn your sight bright during bad weather at night or during the day. Watch your ordinary vision become extraordinary. Battle Vision Storm uses light optimizing lenses that block blue rays so you see clearly in heavy rain at night or blinding snow during the day. Heavy rain, snow, sleet, or fog can make it impossible to drive. Not with Battle Vision Storm. Get your Battle Vision Storm for only $19.99. But wait, due to rising costs and supply chain shortages, this may be your last chance to get your very own at this low price. There is a strict limit of 4 Battle Vision Storm per order while supplies last. Don't wait, order now.
Call 1-800-483-6319 or visit battlevisionstorm.com. So call 1-800-483-6319 now.
Mister, how do you operate this Twitter thing or this Instagram thing or whatever the heck? You're supposed to know all this stuff. Anyway, welcome back to the show.
You know what's funny?
What?
Now that you've got me turned on to tuning into Jen's streams, during a break I would hear her.
Yeah.
She's playing the game and I'd hear her like spat out a random cuss word and I'd just start giggling.
Yeah.
There needs to be a Chris Crocker type video of someone yelling, "Leave Vicola alone." Nah.
It'd be more like another Jim Ross thing. By God, he's got a family. Stop the damn match.
All right. Predictions sure to go wrong. Part 1. The Patriots go 0-8-9 on the season.
I said it before. I will say it again.
Shut up, bitch.
What they say? What they say?
Damn it, Bugs. You know exactly what you said.
Now, you know there are some fans that actually believe that prediction. When I purposely said prediction sure to go wrong,
Well, just remember something. You're dealing with someone who doesn't even acknowledge the New England Knucklehead Society.
This is true. This is true. All right. I have a little unfinished business from Friday.
Oh, no.
Yeah. I will try to keep this within 12 minutes. Try being the operative word.
You mean to tell me I got to hit the button?
Yes.
Crap. All right.
In a world where partial greatness is celebrated and total greatness is shunned, there stands to be a figure on the lips of those who love him and those who hate him. The inane comparisons to Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant continue and has existed since 2003. There is no end in sight, for the battle between those who unconditionally love and unconditionally hate him wages on. These are their stories. Welcome to the Bronzexual Confessions.
Oh, crying out loud.
The most evil producer I've ever had in my 30-year career, Mr. Cole Johnson, once again sent me an absolute gem.
Oh, boy. And what would that be?
There's a video that Cole sent me.
Okay.
With the following description.
You mean,
quote, LeBron wants a month break before playoffs. Close quote. Let me read that again for those of you in the cheap seats at the old Richfield Coliseum.
and for those of y'all in the old garden, turn the hearing aids up. He said,
quote, LeBron wants a month break before playoffs. Close quote.
No. That shortens the off season.
I have 600 cuss words in my mind right now, but I will attempt to not use any of them.
Oh, boy.
LeBron James is trash. Pure, unadulterated, wussified trash. A month, which tells me you're on more PEDs than people want to say out loud, which tells me you're afraid of an 82-game season and putting another season on your body, which tells me you still want to chase a ghost who originated wearing number 23, which tells me you will never be in the GOAT conversation, which tells me you are a flat-out C. The same guy, Mr. McCarthy, that benefited from a 3-month break before the NBA bubble burst in 2020. Oh, and oh, by the way, his Lakers somehow, some way won the title, if you want to call it that. I don't.
Yeah, well, that title came to them with a bunch of mouse ears attached.
Yeah, and he's got the biggest ones. I said I'd keep this within 12 minutes, so I will keep it within 12 minutes. And it's the one of the truest sentences I've ever said about this guy in my life. Aside of the fact that he's boring, aside of the fact that he can't play basketball, aside of the fact I've truly said he's a great athlete, and I will always give that to him. His basketball skills suck. You and Bronny And given what I said about Tom Thibodeau, James Harden, Joel Embiid, I can happily include this guy from the perspective of a guy who's watched basketball since 1980. LeBron James, you a bitch.
There it is.
Now get out of my face, you thirsty bitches.
In a world where logic and sense flies completely out the window. Wow.
Just a moment. I didn't.
Returning the favor. Flag on the field. False start offense.
I'll take it. I'll accept the penalty. Before they even think of coming after me. Dear Bronsexuals, f*** you. Dear Bronsexuals, f*** your leader too. Dear ESPN for putting them down in our faces, down our throats, and up our asses for 22 years. F*** you, and f*** you. Dear Facebook for allowing Bronsexuals on your platform and ruining fandom. F*** you, and a whole lot of you. Why? Because yes, LeBron, it is you. It has always been you. It always will be you forever and ever. Amen. Now, f*** you, Bronsexuals, and get out of my face, you thirsty bitches.
In a world where logic and sense flies completely out the window, while purple and yellow glasses are donned, rises a figure who encourages ridiculous, undying loyalty. Good Lord, I'm about to throw up. This has been yet another installment of The Bronsexual Confessions.
Straight to the point is with this. It ain't the hate for LeBron. It's the hate for the LeBron stans. Not fans, but stans. And a friend of ours, created this segment. So we just decided to turn it into comedic fun and roll with it. This is straight up comedy. That's it.
Basically, this segment is for the people who have actually done this.
This moment of Bronsexual stupidity is brought to you by Hooked on Bronix. When you start talking like an idiotic Bronsexual, Hooked on Bronix can set you right. Call 1-800-YO-KANG. Real LJPM, now approve all this.
I thank you, straight to the point, for hearing us out. This is comedy. All right. This is just straight up comedy for the LeBron stans who put down every legend who preceded him. Michael Jordan didn't even do that. John Thompson, in an interview with Michael Jordan, as I cited earlier, I think it was 2003 when they did this interview. John Thompson said Michael Jordan's the greatest player of all time, and Michael himself said no, because it would be unfair to say that, because I haven't faced Jerry West. I haven't faced Will Chamberlain. I haven't faced JoJo White or anybody like that. This is just to outline the stupidity of the Bronsexual fan. That's why Cole came up with the name Bronsexuals.
Yep.
It's for the LeBron James stans that think nothing else except he's the greatest and won't listen to reason. So my friend Cole Johnson decided to turn it into a comedy segment, which lasted all of 10-15 minutes. And he allowed me to adapt it for my show. And somehow, some way, on some occasions, we turned it into a full hour.
Couple of weeks ago, we had the end of season service, and it's still being talked about.
Okay, good. Glad you get it. This is just comedy. This is just us having fun with some of the. Look, I get it for my love of the 49ers. Okay, but what some people don't understand is that I actually bring facts with my opinion. All right.
Basically, what happens, and trust me, I just said it a minute ago, dealing with the New England Knucklehead Society. Yes, we make fun of the idiotic side of the fans. Because trust me, there's a lot of them that enrolled here and should have stayed.
So I realized that I think even though it's not advertised,
right,
there has to be a place for stupid people. We don't know because we're not stupid, so we don't know anything about it. It's like a secret club society.
Oh my gosh.
So I come to the conclusion that he graduated from SU, stupid university. Yeah, all the stupid ass letters that go along with graduating high honors of being stupid. I can't do no more, man.
Vámonos, dominos, vámonos. Stupid university, where everyone graduates magna cum stupid.
Basically,
that's it, and that's all. For straight to the point, who asked the question? That's it, and that's all.
Yeah.
It's just a comedy play on the. And you know, it all started with the moronic Republic of Cowboy Nation.
Yep.
Victor explains it best. Every team has their band of mental midgets, even the 49er fans, just as the moronic Republic of Cowboy Nations.
Yeah, and I mean, there's the point. There's fans that of many great sports figures who will go over the cliff.
And she does couple it with this point, and well, that's the point you just read. There will be fans of many great sports figures and teams that will go over the cliff for a favorite. So true. That's why we do it in a comedic fashion, to highlight them.
Yeah.
That's all. Just to highlight them and have a little fun with it.
And trust me, there are so many team names we haven't come up with yet. And trust me, I'm working on it.
I'm working on one for the 49ers. Trust me, I'm working on one for the 49ers, working on a couple for the Warriors. These are teams that I follow, and I'm coming up with silly names like that because they're getting out of control.
The dub dummies.
Yep.
There you go. The dub dummies.
The dub dummies. I can use that.
There you go.
I can use that. Thank you. I can use that. So we hope you understand it's all comedy. It's comedy within sports, and we're just having fun with it. I'm from Damon Brown is with us. I'm from New Orleans. Are you hearing any good news coming out of Saints camp? What rank would you give the Saints as of today? 34.
There's only 32 teams.
I know. I meant Damon, to answer your question truthfully, nothing out of Saints camp yet.
No, I ain't heard how to sail out of them
nothing out of Saints camp yet. Are you currently in New Orleans? Because if you want us to keep an eye out for you about the Saints, we'll gladly do that.
Yeah.
There you go. Midwest Committee of Bear Idiocy. The Dub Nation Dummies.
Mm-hmm.
And those are for the stands of the Golden State Warriors, okay? And I love the Warriors. I love the Bulls and the Spurs. But as we explained earlier, there's a pocket of fans for each team and each great player that are just...
They're the ones who brake pedal actually doesn't work, and the cliffs are lurking right over the edge there.
They're the reason. They're part of the reason. Doggone it, where'd it go? They're part of the reason this happens.
What in the all types of blue hell?
We're not messing with Reggie Miller. I love Reggie Miller. Why?
Oh my gosh.
Now, why would I diss Reggie Miller when I loved watching him play? I love Reggie Miller. And speaking of the Pacers, so the wife don't get mad at me, we're going to pay him some homage. Second hour Snowman in the morning begins with a tribute to the Pacers after these.
This is Snowman in the morning.
During bad, SeatGeek is the ticketing app for fans like Boomstick Lady. No free throw is safe from the roar of her sticks. SeatGeek helps her find a seat in the direct eye line of the shooter so she can sit where her boomsticks make the biggest boom. Everybody okay? SeatGeek handles the tickets to sports, concerts, and more. so fans can fan.
I think I finally found.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, Mason.
Hey, Mason.
Got a new house. It's looking pretty cool so far.
A place that I call home.
I'm teaching Louise how to cook some lasagna.
It only takes a spark to make a fire start.
Thank you.
Study, please.
I think I finally found a place to make my own. A place that I call home. This place that I call home.
My mother was always very familiar with her neighborhood, but one day she stopped at the stop sign for much longer than usual. And she didn't know whether she should go forward or turn, and she wasn't even really sure where she was at. It was very unsettling for her.
I felt so much better after my son told me, Mom, I don't want you to worry or be afraid. I'll be there for you, and we'll figure it out.
This planet has been great to me. It's given me gifts that I can't even explain. It's given me adventures and memories I'll never forget. And Battleborn, I think, has given me the opportunity to go beyond and give something back. How can I be a better custodian to this planet and the place I live? That's where I am with Battleborn. Let's make the planet a better place.
Join Ryan McCarthy.
I became a Jets fan because Kermit the Frog was my favorite Muppet because he was green, and the Jets wore green. That's how I became a Jets fan.
And Dustin Henry.
ESPN is cashing all in on let's pay a few personalities and we'll just kind of fill in the gaps.
As they walk you through all of the world of sports from their perspective.
The Albany Empire, it's a literal circus.
No credentials required. Where, Ryan, say the tag.
Where you don't need a press pass to talk sports.
Every Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central. On YouTube and where you can find all podcasts. Hey, Eagles fan. Join my man Cool McCain and a host of others as they break down every single game, every single week in an objective manner, and also from a fan's perspective as well. Remember, this cast feels just like you. Nobody likes you. And you don't care. Fly, Eagles, fly. Eagles Elite Podcast. Every Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern on YouTube and other podcast outlets.
Mister? How do you operate this Twitter thing or this Instagram thing or whatever the heck? You're supposed to know all this stuff. Anyway, welcome back to the show.
The line of the weekend as we welcome you back to hour 2 of Snowman in the Morning on this Manic Monday. It's presented in part by Wanna Parlay. Got a gut feeling about tonight's games? Turn your picks into my ears.
I didn't realize that had sound.
I didn't realize it had sound either. I'll have to fix that. Got a gut feeling about tonight's game? Turn your picks into payouts with Wanna Parlay, the fastest growing platform for parlays, picks, and bragging rights. No sportsbook? No problem. Join the community, play for fun or real prizes, and let your sports IQ shine. It's free to sign up. So, you want to parlay? Put your picks where your mouth is. Want to parlay? Use the code Snowman for a deposit match. Now, the line of the weekend comes from the great Kevin Harlan. Tyrese Halliburton has gone mad.
Mm-hmm. And why is that? Because, well,
the Pacers whooped that ass.
They never trailed really in that game after midway through the first quarter.
After the Knicks led 9-4, and we're talking about Game 6 of the Eastern Conference Finals. After the Knicks led 9-4, they came out like a house of fire, and then Indiana quickly extinguished it and ran away.
Yeah.
They ran away.
Yep.
Pascal Siakam was your conference final MVP, 30 points again.
Yeah, 31, 5, and
31.
3. Tyrese had 21, 6, and 13 in the win.
Including a 30-footer with a minute to go in the fourth quarter, which caused Kevin Harlan to say what he said.
Tyrese Halliburton has gone mad.
If I were Oklahoma City, I'd be scared.
Yeah.
I will say it again. And people are going to think I've seen discussions in Discord and all over the place, and like, oh, Indiana better enjoy this because they're going to get wrecked. Really?
How long has Oklahoma City been off?
About 5 days, 6 days now.
Indiana's still coming into this with a flow.
Well,
now granted, the first game of the finals is on Thursday.
It's on Thursday, and
Which
we'll have that one.
Which means basically the Pacers will have been off for about 4 days. The Thunder will have been off for over a week.
Rust is real.
Yeah.
The rust is real. The rust is very, very, very real. Now, give me that take. I got some people to put out to pasture.
Get it.
All right, doggone it. Give me this camera.
Yep.
Dear Indiana Pacers, thank you. Thank you for putting to rest the Milwaukee Bucks, the Cleveland Cadavers, and the New York Knicks. All three teams that had championship aspirations, whose fans essentially buried the Pacers saying they can't compete, and they beat them all. Thank you to Pascal Siakam for rediscovering who you were in Toronto before they buried you behind the rotation.
Yeah, buried them big time.
Thank you to the Sacramento Kings for the dumbest thing you've ever done in letting Tyrese Halliburton go. Right to Indiana, right into legendary status. Thank you to Miles Turner for rediscovering your shot and rediscovering how to play center with the right pieces around you. Thank you to Aaron Nesmith, a person who no one in Indiana knew who the hell he was until last year in the playoffs when he showed up and showed off.
Right.
Thank you to Aaron Nemhard, who last year hit a miraculous shot against these same Knicks with the shot clock running down to vault them ahead in the playoffs. And last but not least, thank you to veteran coach Rick Carlisle, the perfect coach for the Indiana Pacers. The perfect coach that has brought the Pacers to the NBA Finals, and I hope to say in a week's time to the brink of a world championship. The Pacers last competed in the finals in 2000 when they faced the mighty Shaq and Kobe and the LA Lakers. I'm looking forward to this series. I'm looking forward to see every member of the Indiana Pacers, as time goes on, figure out what they need to do to vanquish Oklahoma City. I'm looking forward to seeing every member of the Indiana Pacers figure out what to do to bring a world championship to Indianapolis, Indiana. I'm looking forward to seeing the Pacer people yell themselves weak for at least 6 games in this series.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Because it's going to take at least 6 to decide it.
I wouldn't be surprised to see a 7th.
I want the Pacers to win in 7 so they can win on the road and vanquish the Oklahoma City Thunder back to Seattle. That's Snowman's take. What is yours? And oh, by the way, thank you again for beating the New York Knicks.
Right?
The Santa Clara organization of 49er fools. I can work with that.
Yeah.
I can work with that. But as far as the Indiana Pacers go, raise your hand if you had the Pacers as a wild card on your bingo card.
I was 50-50 about it.
I wasn't. It wasn't even when the question was posed to me before I posed it on the show. Who's a wild card in the NBA playoffs? My mind immediately said the Indiana Pacers.
Well,
No
I
one
mean,
gave them a shot.
It would have been an interesting matchup had Boston not lost Jason Tatum for the playoffs and more than likely all of next season.
Yeah, I hate seeing that about Jason Tatum. I hate seeing Jason Tatum have to go through that, but it's a full year rehab for him.
Yeah. But, I mean, had the Celtics not lost Tatum, the series with the Knicks more than likely would have gone differently.
Mm-hmm.
Which then
would have been Boston and Indiana.
Yeah.
Playing for the Eastern Conference title. And had Boston been playing Indiana.
That's 7.
Remember 1991.
Yeah. Like I said, that series would have gone 7.
Easy. That would have been a 7-game clash.
Oh, yeah. And that
this series should have ended in 5 because, well, I'm going to say something that not many people are going to like me for, especially the Knickerbocker knuckleheads. But it's pretty simple. The Knicks quit.
Well, the thing is, they were damaged because they should have won game 1.
They had game 1 in their hand. Matter of fact, Reggie Miller said it last night. This series was won and lost by the Knicks in game 1.
Yes. They had game 1 and dropped. And that gave the momentum to Indiana. Now, granted, Indiana let New York get back into things.
Yep. They did.
But at the end of it, in their house, Indiana stood tall.
Indiana stood tall. Indiana played defense. And the most important thing that Oklahoma City's got to watch out for, Indiana put up 125 points.
Not just that, but they shut Brunson down in game 6.
Brunson was not able to get going. Brunson was not able to move.
Only had 19, while the big Pagoda cat himself only had, I think it was, what, 20 something. It was 20 something.
24.
22. 22, 14, and 2. It was OG that had 24.
Mm-hmm. And Anunoby finally stepped up in this series. Where was he the first 5 games?
Nowhere.
Where was OG Anunoby the first 5 games?
He was nowhere. He was legitimately nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
So the thing is, the Pacers know how to shut down who they need to shut down, which means SVG. I'm still coming off the NASCAR weekend.
I know.
SGA, good luck.
Oh, it's gonna be SGA, and I nearly said SVG myself. Damn you. SGA versus Tyrese Halliburton. Which one will go mad? Well, game 1 is Thursday night, and we'll have a full breakdown of the NBA World Championship Series later on this week. Now, staying with the Pacers.
Mm-hmm.
My wife mentioned the legendary Reggie Miller.
Yep.
My wife is a big-time Reggie Miller fan, as am I. And since my wife mentioned Reggie Miller,
Mm-hmm.
I believe I need to do this.
Oh, is this what I think it is?
Shots he needs to get Derek McKee the ball where he needs it so he can take shots other than
This is
fading to
courtesy
his
of
left across the key.
NBC. Fair use, and more
Underway,
fair use.
Houston and Utah tied at 2 early. We'll be going there at the conclusion of this game. A game that's seen nearly 60 fouls called. Actually, that is short of the record for both teams in a playoff game. Miller for three, and he got it. Reggie Miller with a clutch tray, and it's 105-102. And a steal. Miller retreats to the three-point line and hits again.
Tie game. No need to foul in that situation.
And the foul is called with 13.2 seconds. Reggie Miller made a three, stole the ball, raced behind the three-point line, and hit again.
Well, yes, but normal viewing, just a bit long.
Miller has hit
Then this happened.
Streaky yet going on here.
5 seconds.
Make is okay for the Pacers.
Starks misses. Batted around. Ewing has it. His shot, no good. Reggie Miller, the rebound, and a foul with 7.5 seconds.
And Pat Riley is saying, what is going on here?
And
I
then
normally-
the conclusion.
For them here as well.
It's like Indiana's win in game 1 at Orlando last year.
Miller hits two.
No timeouts.
Anthony stumbles and falls. Time runs out. Reggie Miller.
That, yeah.
And the Pacers and the Knicks have never been the same since.
Nope, they
The
haven't.
Knicks have never, even though the Knicks made a finals appearance in 1999 as an 8 seed, they ran into the Admiral. The Pacers beat them the next year in 2000, 93-80 in Game 6. And now this.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, the Pacers hung 130 on the Knicks last year in Game 7. Wait, I didn't do that right at all. Hold on a second. The Indiana Pacers, as I said, hung 130 points on the New York Knicks at MSG in a
Game 7.
And my early prediction, I have Indiana winning in 6.
I wouldn't be surprised, but I'm also not going to be surprised to see 7 and at least
I-
1 or 2 of these games going overtime.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it goes the distance. But I'm basing this off of momentum right now. And right now, the momentum's with the Indiana Pacers.
Yeah.
The momentum is with the Indiana Pacers, and that's why look, it could very well turn into a prediction sure to go wrong. I understand that. That's why we make these, because they're fun to make.
We seriously need a graphic for that. Uh-huh. I know. That's why I said it. That's why I said it.
I'll have it up tomorrow.
Uh-huh. I know.
I'll have it up tomorrow because I already know how I'm going to do it. But in all seriousness, in all seriousness, I wouldn't be surprised if this series goes the distance. I would not be surprised at all.
Neither would I. It's more than likely going to happen.
Yeah, it is. Oh, and that look from 1995 is a walk. Thank you, Cole, for that.
I was wondering if we were ever going to use that.
That answer your question?
Yeah.
Oh, dear New York Knicks. See, the Knicks are like the Cowboys.
Ooh.
They get close, but never find the formula they need to compete for a title. And and after this loss, where they had home court advantage,
Yep. Couldn't get the job done.
You know who else is that way? The Cleveland Cavaliers.
True.
And I enjoy making fun of the Cleveland Cadavers. Because as we all know, and thank you to the late, great Jim Durham, it always happens to Craig Elo.
Yep.
A break, and we got more shenanigans in a deuce.
This is Snowman in the morning.
During bad, SeatGeek is the ticketing app for fans like Boomstick Lady. No free throw is safe from the roar of her sticks. SeatGeek helps her find a seat in the direct eye line of the shooter so she can sit where her boomsticks make the biggest boom. Everybody okay? SeatGeek handles the tickets to sports, concerts, and more, so fans can fan.
I think I finally found.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, Mason.
Hey, Mason.
Got a new house. It's looking pretty cool so far.
A place that I call home.
I'm teaching Louise how to cook some lasagna.
It only takes a spark to make a fire start.
Thank you.
Study, please.
I think I finally found a place to make my own. A place that I call home. This place that I call home.
My mother was always very familiar with her neighborhood, but one day she stopped at the stop sign for much longer than usual. And she didn't know whether she should go forward or turn, and she wasn't even really sure where she was at. It was very unsettling for her.
I felt so much better after my son told me, Mom, I don't want you to worry or be afraid. I'll be there for you, and we'll figure it out.
This planet has been great to me. It's given me gifts that I can't even explain. It's given me adventures and memories I'll never forget. And Battleborn, I think, has given me the opportunity to go beyond and give something back. How can I be a better custodian to this planet and the place I live? That's where I am with Battleborn. Let's make the planet a better place.
Join Ryan McCarthy.
I became a Jets fan because Kurt the Frog was my favorite Muppet because he was green, and the Jets wore green. That's how I became a Jets fan.
And Dustin Henry.
ESPN is cashing all in on let's pay a few personalities and we'll just kind of fill in the gaps.
As they walk you through all of the world of sports from their perspective.
The Albany Empire, it's a literal circus.
No credentials required. Where, Ryan, say the tag.
Where you don't need a press pass to talk sports.
Every Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central. On YouTube and where you can find all podcasts. Hey, Eagles fan. Join my man Cool McCain and a host of others as they break down every single game, every single week in an objective manner, and also from a fan's perspective as well. Remember, this cast feels just like you. Nobody likes you. And you don't care. Fly, Eagles, fly. Eagles Elite Podcast. Every Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern on YouTube and other podcast outlets.
Mister, how do you operate this Twitter thing
The Midwest Committee of Bear Idiocy.
Mm-hmm.
The Moronic Republic of Cowboy Nation. You know, another set of apologists we need to come up with a name for.
Try me.
Apologists of this guy.
The Dak Dunces, perhaps? I'm just saying.
All right. How about this guy?
Well, the only thing you can really do is respell moronic with an Moore.
There goes my microphone. Down the stretch we come here on this edition of Snowman in the Morning, this Manic Monday edition. Let me thank Genevieve Yoso and her crew for tuning us in this morning, and everybody that's tuned in here in the chat. Jen's been cussing us out for about 2 hours.
Yeah, pretty much. And we're definitely going to be hearing about it later on, I am sure.
Oh, yeah. I know we're going to be hearing about it.
Yeah, pretty much. Now, there was something that came up yesterday because I was up early enough to watch the Grand Prix that was on TV. It was like 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock in the morning.
The hell is wrong with you? There's no kickoff at 10 a.m. in the morning yet.
No, I wasn't worried about the London games. I was watching F1.
I mean, it's not like we're going to see this guy.
Oh, you mean the Lamar Lame Brains?
Or this guy.
Yes, Robert. Shut up, Father. We already dealt with you once today. Yeah, seriously, where's the mustard? Oh, wait, it's in my fridge. Never mind. Oh, God.
I better do this now.
Now, the thing about it is, we're not exactly going in the garage. We're going beside it. Because I got a little cookout spot, and somebody is getting grilled. Oh, and that one person is going to be Max Verstappen, the reigning champion of the F1 world. Why? Let's set it up courtesy of Formula One, Sky Sports, and ESPN these last few moments of the race. Yep, and the reason for that, unfortunately for Verstappen, ended in a 10-second penalty in which he got off very light for, and Max later said he didn't need to explain himself. Max, you're not Michael Schumacher. Schumacher tried the same thing with Jacques Villeneuve in 1997 and threw away a championship late season.
Oops.
You don't bang wheels, for one, in Formula One without that causing damage, and two, you don't throw a tantrum. And that's exactly what that was. That was the most intentional piece of BS driving I have seen in Formula One, like I said, since Schumacher in 97. He got off light with a 10-second penalty. Now, granted, we could hear things later on. But, Max, you're the world champion for a reason. You don't need to drive like an absolute idiot and pull moves like that. This is supposed to be the top echelon of motorsport, and you're driving it like a Bush League esport driver.
Mm-hmm.
Grow some brain cells, dude. You realize how much damage you could have done to both cars? You could have taken yourself and Russell out. It doesn't make any sense. He threw away what that 10-second penalty took him from 4th place to 10th at the end of the race. He ended up sacrificing somewhere in the ballpark of 15 points to try to prove a point.
Idiot. Idiot.
I don't understand why. The flat drive into somebody to prove a point is ridiculous. And then to say, oh, I don't need to explain myself. Bruh.
Oh, yes, you do.
Bruh. Really? Now this is going to complicate things further for his championship hunt. And now it's going to show how you feel like you need to be raced. I hate to tell you something, but just because you're world champion doesn't mean you get special treatment.
Agreed.
You go under the same rule package as everybody else. You're held to the same standard as everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
And to throw a move like that proves that you're not fully willing to accept how things are. If you had the stronger car, you could have got back around them. Yeah, granted, you were on the last set of tires you had available. But at the same token, you accept fate. You could have probably ended up finishing top 6, top 7. You crossed the line 4th. But because of that 10-second penalty, you ended up 10th. What good did it do you?
Not a thing.
Max, you need to do better, dude. You need to do vastly better. Now, I know you're not exactly a fan of heat, so why don't you do me a favor and get up?
Oh, close the door. Damn.
I got nothing. I got nothing else, man.
I thought I got mad at times.
Yeah. Multi-million-dollar car just tosses it right into somebody to try to prove a point. Really?
Sounds like a Braun and trying to prove he's the greatest when he's nowhere near. Oh, did I say that aloud?
Pretty much. I got nothing else on this one, man.
I got nothing else, Caesar. I got nothing else. So we're going to get some lunch and get the hell up out of here.
Sounds good to me.
Have a great day. God bless. Remember to make your next move your best move. And always remember, if your dreams don't scare you, they are simply not big enough. Dream big, do bigger. We are, and we hope you all are too. I'm getting a nap as well as lunch.
Ditto.
See you later.
I had that.
Well, push it, man.
Damn.
Catholics versus convicts in
Week 1 on Sunday night.
Good.
That's
Lord.
going to be fun. Oh, by the way, Joel Embiid, you still a bitch.